confirming that you are able to log in. Uh, you can see my screen and you can just click on this Ask Financing Assistant here and just confirm if you see hello, your name, welcome to financing. Does it happen? What?
Yes.
So what can you see there? Hello, your name.
Yep.
Awesome, thank you. So this is basically what I was trying to ensure is that you have the login to the portal. You are able to launch the bot and you are already your as your authentication has been made and you are recognized by the bot. Basically, that's the important confirmation we wanted to make, right? So
Okay.
so once that is done, so now I can take you through the bot demo, Sharon. And
Yes.
so, okay, to just to begin with, for whoever who doesn't know, I just wanted to, I mean, this is up to you, Sharon, you want to use this slide or not, I leave it to you. But the key highlights of this particular virtual assistant that we have developed is that it's first to begin with, it's 100% developed on the Microsoft technology stack, the bot framework, the cognitive services, the Lewis and Q&A maker, and form flow as well, some SQL Server. So the entire Microsoft stack that is there. We have used that. Teams has the channel, Web has the channel, and this is dual channel options, right? And then
Mhm.
this is a true API integration where we have about 3 or 4 APIs that we have developed, and also we are using a direct line API to talk to different other systems like Edward and so on, and a total unified user experience where the user can either choose the Spark tool itself to start working with the demo or start working with the chatbot, sorry, and then he can also choose the Teams, which is the collaboration platform. So he has choice and unified user experience, which means the user will not actually see the difference between whether he is getting the information from anywhere. So for the user, it is just one single window, but for the implementation part, this is like the two plumbing between different entities where all the communication is happening through various APIs. So this is the true API culture that we are talking about, which I can explain in the demo in the next couple of minutes. And it's highly extensible in the sense that having this bot today is only going to be something like there are endless possibilities of adding new functionality, new learning, new intents, and new intentions for this bot. And this will definitely act as a gateway to other applications also to talk to Spock tomorrow, either being retrieval of information or providing of information. It can be done through this bot, and whatever great learnings or things that this bot has to offer can be easily consumed by another bot if they wish to have all these things within them, because it is totally built on the API architecture, right? So that's a little bit about the technology part of the bot that we are talking about. And then now especially this bot today, it's integrated with the Spark tool developed by the worldwide pricing payment systems, worldwide payment systems. It can be used for the user readiness, for question and answers for the user who's using the Spark tool, basically to understand what Spark is, what are the different, who are the different contact points for the Spark, etc. The, the one important thing right now is a user can actually pull the loan status information. What is the status of his loan that is created? Where is it stuck at? Those kind of things. Important, very important executive metrics for the leadership. They can just pull key requests like what are the all the requests that are pending, requests that are for approval and stuff like that. We are actually working on that, providing metrics into the bot. Glossary, contact details, those are the things that we can directly get off the bot for the Spock tool. And the other extended cool stuff about this bot today is that since we have been able to talk to Edward, this is the credit services virtual assistant that has been created by another team. We are able to get some really good 6 key skills incorporated into this bot, which is like the first thing is we are able to get the accounts receivable for any customer of Microsoft. We have a details about a particular support ticket which is there in the Cosmic system, which is basically a MS CRM system. And the cool and the super cool stuff is we have jokes for the employees for fun and engagement. The details about the employees, his org structure, etc., the purchase order information, and some credit and collections related FAQs. So all this has been incorporated in the bot today, which we'll see in the demo. And of course, because since we are also integrated with Leonard, the Leonard was a bot that is created to provide help for the entire WPS organization. So since we have integrated that, we have all the questions and answers and suggestions to the customer, the links and hyperlinks for the WPS as an org, all three combined together with one single bot experience. So this is a summary of what the bot can do today, and definitely a lot of scope for extension, expansion in the days to come. Thank you, and now I'll just move to the tool, and we can see all this in action. So,
Okay.
any questions? You can stop me anywhere because I was just giving you a demo, Shab.
Yeah. No,
Uh,
none so far.
yeah. So this actually summarizes what the technology and also all the features of the bot today, right? And the reason why I have put it in three different boxes here is that this whole thing is specific to Spark and financing assistant, the tool, while this is from Edward, while this is from Leonard that you and Dennis had created earlier, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
tried to get this flavor of three entities merging into one right here, right? So that is my
Mm-hmm.
intention. All right. So going forward, I have just flipped to my page here, and also okay. So to begin with, what we have here is this is going to be the login page for the tools. We are using an environment which is right now we are working on.
Mm-hmm.
So and we this is the dev environment where the user logs into the spot. He is greeted by the financing assistant. Yes, there is some discussions going on. There are some discussions going on. Oh, there are some discussions going on about how this image should look like. But currently, we have this image that we have put, but there are this might change after a couple of reviews. You click on the link, the bot opens up, and the bot recognizes me. Bot recognizes anybody who has access to, because we have used Azure authentication, and once the user is authenticated, his details move to the bot, and the bot is able to recognize the person actually. So we'll just begin with a high sort of a salutation, and yeah. So just let's take a situation where I just wanted to know who the points of contact for the Spock tool are. I would say who is the uh, you know pricing contacts or pricing, uh, right? So who are, or who, let's say what happens, we'll see who is the pricing contacts. Okay, so it's not assume, because I think it's a wrong way to so it's a, who are the pricing contacts for the Spock tool. Awesome. So we can see there is we can talk about those things, because since we are using the Lewis framework, it has its learning and even self-learning aspects of that. So we I wanted to just look at who the pricing contacts for the bot tool was, and we can see the Craig and Brian are the points of contact. Let's say the user wants to know what is Spock all about. So who is Spock? Okay, so right now, the system has been configured just with the acronym, with the full form of SPOC, which is single point of contracts. But I think we can elaborate this to whatever descriptive way we want to, the whole definition of the tool, etc. So this is quick check on how a user can use it for simple FAQs related to the SPOC and financing assistant. Of course, it depends on how we configure it in the backend. And well, now let me come to some an interaction with the Spark database to get the loan status information. So let's say, can you tell me the status of loan? Sure. Okay. Please provide me a request ID. Fantastic. So I have a couple of request IDs here, Shannon, which I have just stored because I can't remember those. I have these, but we can pull as many we want from the database just to check. So I'll put this as my request ID. So that's it in submitted stage. And it's the bot asked me, do you still want to go with another one? Do you want to check status for another request? All right, sure. I do want to do. Okay, provide me another request ID. All right. So let's say I pick up one request ID from here itself, Sharon. So right, this is in submitted stage. So let me just pick up this and paste. Okay, submitted. Okay. Do you want to still go for yes? I still want to go for another request. These are the ones all stored all over my desktop in post-it notes and stuff. What happens with this loan request? Okay, so it's still so the it is in bank partner action. So the action is like with the bank partner. Great. Thanks very much. Thanks. Okay, so that shows how we have used the bot to get the loan status, which is really important. Just as an extension of this, we are working on five important metrics for the leadership here, who would want the bot to give some very important executive metrics on a daily basis, like what are the total number of requests pending for approval, or the total number of requests approved today, and stuff like that. So we have written the specs for that, and the team is working on getting that done. So that's a little extension of this part. Um, Now, let's say the customer wants to know, the user wants to know more about the WPS as in the whole, as an organization, and he wishes to know what is, let's say, XPT. All right. So this is what this we are here getting the information from a bigger initiative that was started earlier here at WPS, called the Leonard initiative, and all these user education is happening from Leonard, and so this bot has been able to link itself to the Leonard bot also to get all the content into the same user experience. Uh, let's I don't know if that's the right spelling of deferral. All right. So this is about how we can demonstrate our linkage with Leonard. Now, this is the new stuff that we have been able to integrate in the last 2 weeks, where the bot is now talking to Edward through a direct line API. Now, this can be really used for employee engagement and a bit of fun also. So let's say, tell me a joke. Okay. And the reason why we are seeing that message, Sharon, is that the leadership here at WPS, Tom and others, they wanted to set a expectation to the user that, look, when I'm not able to get you the answer from our local system, I'm depending upon another system like Edward to get you that information. So they wanted to let the user know that you are now getting the information from a different entity, right? So that was the leadership's intention, and that's the reason why we have that message coming whenever we are going to Edward. Okay. So, okay, so there is the joke for you. So we have a joke there, and now some really serious stuff. So let's say, what is the accounts receivable for Boeing? Oh, I intentionally goofed up the spelling mistake. That was intention, and I did not get any results. So let me correct myself. Boeing. What is the AR for Boeing? What is the accounts receivable for Boeing? So the bot is going to Edward. Okay. Now we have the entire, and this is the cool stuff we implemented day before yesterday, where we added this particular button where we can expand it to get the whole report in the bot. So we are able to see the accounts receivable for Boeing directly in the bot, and we can actually continue working off here. And when I click on this, it directly opens the Power BI report for Boeing. So, and this is happening directly from the SAP system. So this is pretty much in real time. And I'm proud to say that there is hardly any time delay here in getting that information. So accounts receivable for Boeing, and let's say, let's say, uh, okay, uh, the next, uh, the next good learning I can demonstrate is that, let's say, who is Satya Nadella. So we have brought in a learning where any person who is there in the Microsoft system, if his name is asked, who is that, we directly link it to his entire details. So when I click on this link, you will be actually taken to the Doctor Who application, where you can get to see the entire details of that individual. So I'm not able to click this because right now I'm not connected to Cognet here from the current place, but I would definitely encourage Sharon or to check this if you want to, right? So
Uh, who is who's answering that question? Is that
okay,
financing assistant
this
or
so it is going to financing assistant, and from financing assistant we have linked to Edward. Edward is answering that question, and financing assistant is just showing it to you.
okay?
All right, so if you can see in your window also, you can say who is Satya Nadella, and will click on this, it will directly go to the Doctor Who, right? I am not able to
Hmm.
demonstrate that here, right? Okay. And so that's about and now let's say I have a demo for you here, where the there is a situation where you need to ask two rounds of question, first question and the second question on over the first question to get what you need. So this is an example of how that can be done. So let's say, what is the accounts receivable for Ford Corporation, the Ford. Now, because Ford Corporation is such a large entity in Microsoft, just just saying Ford will not help. We need to be very specific, saying that what is the geography or region and stuff like that. So you can see we are saying that you are getting too many results if you say Ford. So let's try to refine it. Give me a geography, or you can, or even sales area or region. So let's say my geography is United States. So I want only United States, and I'm able to get the entire AR for Ford here, and that shows up as a cool report, and and of course again, when I'm saying these are the hyperlinks directly to the actual reports, which could be a little uh, you know uh, uh, of course this is for the restricted users, and so on click of this you get to know, oh, you can see it's not it's wherever Ford is there, it's not just Ford Motor Corporation, it's Ford Media, wherever you can see Ford, Ford Financing and stuff like that. So that's about the accounts receivable part. And then I want to just show some things like, even not just the financing assistant part, not just the WPS part, but now we have integrated with the Q&A for credit and extensions also. So let's say for credits, we have some questions. Let's say, what is a policy for credit extensions? So let's say, what is the policy for credit extensions? All right. So I would expect, all right, I would expect, yeah, I got the link directly to the policy here. The entire link is given to the user to know more about policies. So we have almost like a 60 to 70 questions on credit card credit policies, which are being integrated in a different bot. That also we are getting into the table. So that's pretty much all the most of the learnings and intents I could demonstrate today. And as we are going forward, we are going with all the metrics part, which I talked about, 5 or 6 key metrics, and also we are working on few changes and few implementations, and yeah, that's I'll take a pause here, Sharon.
Okay, no, this seems great. I don't think I have any questions. There's also a Spock Q&A in there as well, right?
Yes, Spock Q&A, you're correct. Yeah, that is correct. And Spock Q&A is there. And one more thing which we are working on, Sharon, is that uh, we are planning to we are planning to give the ability to move this window. All right. So right now it is fixed at this place. I'm trying to get the I can pull it anywhere kind of thing, right? So that like for example when I was doing the demo, you could see Tom's name popped up here. I don't want that to happen. So let's say I pull it and just keep it here. So all these kind of cool stuff also we are building in Sharon.
Okay.
Along with Q&A, we also have Luis
Yes.
Sharon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So Sharon, just to give you, so this is one important slide I have come up with. So you can see what all we are using here, right? So if you look at this, this is the main Spock that we have built. Now this is what you had built, the Leonard, right? And the
Mhm.
Leonard was using the Q&A maker, and you had your own instance. I am calling it as the WPS instance. You had called
Okay.
Leonard. So this is the instance that you are using in the Q&A maker, correct? And so and then we have this bot that is we have developed today, that is also using its own instance, which is called Spark. We are also using your instance, and then we have a credit service instance that just now I showed you about credit policies and stuff like that. All these three are different instances in the Q&A maker, and we have integrated it so that it automatically flows into this. And then we definitely have the web chat which you saw just now, the web chat window, Teams window where you can launch the same thing using Teams, Skype not yet, but it could be extended later. Then I showed you how the loan status, and that this one is being pulled directly from the SQL database here. What I showed you, the loan status information. Then the Lewis, I was able to show you that the questions are actually tracked for even the plurals and stuff. Who are the contract points? So those are the learnings that Lewis does. The every Because since every query is passing through the Lewis, the Lewis has its own every week. There are updates to the way it learns. So there's a lot of learning happening there because of the Lewis method. Then this is the question you asked me, Shara. We are talking to credit services bot using the API here, which is talking to a host of different things, and we are pulling in all the information to the Spark here. The accounts receivable information is coming through SAP, Cosmic data which is coming through CRM, Doctor Whom I showed you when you asked who is Satya Nadella, that goes to Doctor Whom. Jokes are coming from the database. The purchase order and the volume licensing pieces are coming from the database. So this is the true API architecture for the bot, Sharon.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
the reasons why I have put these are actually the bots. This is bot one, Leonard bot, which you created. This is credit services bot, which other team has created. This is our bot. So pretty much what we have done is we have integrated. If you say what is the boundary of WPS bot, the boundary would be somewhere where my mouse pointer is showing. This is the boundary of the bot. While this is an integration, and once let's say this is done, this whole thing as together can be provided as a service to any other bot. You see what I'm saying? The whole
Mhm.
thing, because this itself is can be exposed as a API. Somebody coming tomorrow can just knock on our doors and he can just use our API and bring in all these awesome features directly into his bot instead of again going for an individual plumbing. If you Okay, so
Okay. This sounds great. Are you able to send me these
One
slides?
okay,
one correction, Karthik here.
yes, sir.
So we are not making directly call to SQL database. We are going through API.
No, I know that, but I will. So, Sharon, there are few things that I need to change in this diagram. I'll do that and send it to you for these slides
Okay.
because I want to see this is an API. Okay, this is an API call. What I was talking about. This is an API call, and there are other places also. There are API calls. There is API here. There is API here. There is API here. So I will just put those also and make this more richer and send it to you.
Okay. Sounds good.
Great. So, and I'll try to make this video also available for you, Sharon.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sharon, can you try it out and on your own and try to interact with the bot and let us know if you find any issues so that so while instead of finding out the issues while giving demo, then we'll
Yeah.
try to fix it now.
My my
Yeah.
my
You can.
suggestion would be since this video, you can baseline this video and try to run your own demo out of this video, and get comfortable, get acclimatized with the system.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll
Right?
do that.
Okay. So thanks, Sharon, for your time. Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Right?
thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye.